Good day folks, and welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at engine swaps. Not just the engine swaps, but how you do it, and also what cars there are available to engine swap to. So that'll be where the engines are, where the cars are, how to choose the engine, how to install it, and then what to expect. So here we are folks in the game. We're going to move to the garage. You'll find all the engines and any tuning parts in the tuning parts sector. At the top are listed the engines that you have, and as you can see the car that we have picked has an available engine swap. When you pick a car and you come into here, you'll find that it's so compatible when that car has the possibility of an engine swap. This is the Nissan Silvia touring car and it takes the GTR Nismo engine, the VR38 Det. So let's go and pick another car and perform the engine swap and show you how that's done. We're going to go into change car. And I've already set this up, I know what we've got. We'll take the BMW M303. We're going to go into tuning parts. As you can see, this starts off with 339 brake horsepower. Into tuning parts, and it takes the Z4 engine, the P65B44. And it will give the example on the right hand side of where this is going to go. Displacement's going to increase from 3.246 litres up to 4.361. Going to increase engine weight, that's why it's in red. Ultimately we're going to get heavier, so that's a bad thing. Max power goes from 339 to 522 in current standard configuration. Max torque increases and weight to power ratio increases. What you'll have to understand though is that you no longer have the tuning parts available from the BMW M303. You're going to move to the engine parts of the Z4 that are available. Some are limited, you don't get everything from the Z4, but you get a decent amount of stuff to give you a hefty more amount of power. So when you're ready to go, just press the install. Be aware, and it says all currently fitted engine parts will be lost. Parts for the P65B44Z4 will be required to tune your engine, and they will become just available against this car. So as you can see, I've no longer got any of those engines available because that was my last one, and the car now shows its 522 brake horsepower, and you are able to now go away and tune that accordingly and enjoy that car for a while. So let's pick another swap. What you see here is the Tundra. That has a swap available, but we're not going to do that one at the moment. I've already done it. I'm not going to buy another one just to engine swap it. It's a beast as it is. The F40 is a possible, but I don't have the engine. It gets the Enzo. The Corvette Convertible C3. Let's have a look at that little Swifter. Tuning parts. There it is. It gets the LT5 Corvette C7, which takes it from 298 brake horsepower to 754. Engine displacement increases, PP goes up, weight goes down, which is excellent. That's just going to be a small block engine. Let's pop it in. And there she goes, she's done. And with that being the case, you don't actually get the opportunity to change the car physically. The engine doesn't get a bulge in the bonnet or anything like that when you swap the engine. There's no other visible physical changes. I did see somebody on a forum on Facebook actually ask whether when you change the F40 or on the other cars that have a glass engine compartment, can you see the uprated engine in the rear? You can't, unfortunately. No, you don't get that opportunity even on the PS5 over the PS4. That doesn't actually happen. The other things that really need to bring to your attention is if you then ruin the engine on this car, you don't get to buy a new engine. As far as I'm aware, you get the default engine back. You have to have another of the engines for this car, and here we can reinforce that information. The Silvia Spec R Aero. As we move into the tuning parts, you can see that this has two engines available. So it initially starts with the SR20 Det S15, and I have that as a swappable engine because we can swap that into other cars. But we also have the 2JZ, the GTE Supra engine. Now, ultimately, that increases the weight of the car, increases displacement, but it drops bhp. So that isn't ideal for us. If we go to the SR20 Det S15, you can see that's the upgraded engine for this car. Whether that's a great thing or not, I think that is the original engine and the 2JZ is the upgrade, but it's a bit weird. And as somebody who's not really into those cars, I don't understand the benefit of that. Maybe mine is tuned appropriately, but you just have to be aware you can switch out and you will lose one of the engines or both. So bringing this full circle, that's how you make the engine swaps. Getting the engines is the difficult matter. There was a glitch way back in one of the earlier updates where I was able to get around about 30 engines by continually completing one of the cafe missions. I got an engine and a free car with each one, and currently we're selling those cars in the used car forum and we're not getting a lot of money. However, those engine swaps have been useful. You can see in the top right hand here, up there, are a selection of cars that I've made engine swaps to or we're about to. So there's the Mini, there's a Pantera there, and with that being the case, getting the engine swaps now is purely a matter of just getting your daily tickets done, folks. Once you get a ticket for completing your basic mileage, depending on what you get, it's going to be random. Mainly the place to get them with each update is when they add the new cafe menus. You're probably going to get a 6-star roulette ticket and it'll be for an engine swap, and that's the only time we're getting them. So potentially you'll get new ones at the end of January, end of Feb, March, etc. with the monthly updates, and when you complete the menus you'll get them. We do know some of the upcoming updates aren't going to be majorly for content, but they're going to be for physical stuff, like the addition of PSVR 2 for you PS5 users. And with that, I'll put a list of in the description below of all the possible engine swaps you can make. I'll get that from a source on the internet, post it down there. Just say thank you for joining the channel today and watching the video. And if you've got anything else you need to know, please do let me know. I've get quite a few comments today and I try and answer them all as constructively as I possibly can. Remember folks, game on hard. It's the one thing that I do say. If you're playing on easy and finding it tough, get the game on hard, you'll find it's glitched. And the other thing I've done, folks, before we call it day, is I've created a series of videos that demonstrates the engine swaps, shows you opportunities where to use these cars, where to use the engines, where they'll work best in races. If you're grinding, it's going to break up your grind and give you the opportunity to enjoy the race more because you're going to try out different cars. But they're also going to give you the opportunity to try and get to the top of your friends list and get to the top of the top 10. You know, the second menu when you click the R2 button and look at the top 10 stars, there's an opportunity for you to get in there. I'll do these videos as we go along as suggestions for you. There'll be the full race in there for those people that do like to watch and listen to me witter away whilst I'm trying to race and think and concentrate, and remember to change tyres at the pit stop or take fuel and just totally forget and then realise I've messed the whole thing up, but still able to win because that's what we're on about. So as we go on, thank you very much, folks, and we'll see you next time. Take care.